Hey guys, I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are. Thank you so much for watching, for listening, for subscribing, for all of that awesome good stuff. My name is Boom Shaka, and mostly I speak about INFJs and our vagaries in these videos. I hope that you enjoy them, and if you find them useful, comment below. Let me know what you found useful, if there's something specific that you want me to expand upon, whatever it might be. One of the viewers called Ursula Nonya, she asked me a question that is not really related to INFJs in general, but to this particular INFJ right here. She asked me, I'd like to hear a video about the area where you live and what type of limited INFJ activities you do. What is there to see and do where you live? Thanks. Thank you, Ursula, for asking me this question. I am surprised that you guys want to hear about me specifically, but I'm glad that you do. I'll make a video, and if you don't find it useful, just ignore it, yeah? So, Ursula, I live in Thailand right now. I'm originally from India, as you can tell by my face. I'm from India originally, but my parents moved around a lot. We traveled a lot because of my father's job. We lived in the Middle East, we lived in Canada, we lived in the US for a little bit. And right now I live in Thailand. I have been traveling all my life. I love moving around and experiencing different cultures. At the moment, I'm in a little island down south in Thailand called Koh Phangan. And you can see behind me, I'm living in a bamboo bungalow. I'm living here because I just find living next to the ocean so freaking soothing. This area is just magical. It's like mountain on one side, beautiful quartz-rich mountain, awesome, awesome, awesome energy. And then the jungle, it's like beautiful, thick Thai jungle, with monkeys and butterflies and all this goodness. And then the ocean on the third side. So it's just like a trifecta of goodness. It's just magical. I love the energy here. And as you guys know, you know that INFJs are all about magical energy. I love being here because I feel the energy feeding me and soothing me every single day. Now also, because this is a resort and a very secluded area, there's not a lot of people here, which is really great for me because I can spend a lot of time on my own. I don't have to see anyone, I don't have to talk to anyone, and if I want to see or talk to someone, I can go on to the restaurant and talk to people and be social, right? So it's a very balanced area for me. I really like that about it. There's a lot to do, but you don't actually have to engage in all the conversations and activities. So there's an activity every single day in the restaurant, in the resort. There's like open mic night, there's movie night, there's healers gathering. There's so much going on all the time, but the good thing is that you can either go to these things if you want to, if you're interested in it. If you don't care, don't go, kind of thing. And that is really good for me because those days when I'm feeling very much extroverted, I'm like, I really love to hang out with some people. I'll just go to an event and I'll hang out with people and I'll come back and feel good about it. Those days when I'm feeling really introverted, I'll just sit in my apartment, in my little bungalow, and I'll watch Seinfeld or I'll watch some random movie. I'll just be on my own. I'll journal. I'll just sit and stare up into the walls, kind of thing. Like I'll just do my own thing. Yeah? Very easy to seclude yourself. Very easy to be social. Is amazing. Again, the ocean, as I said, I love the ocean air. It's so clear here. You can breathe so deeply, and it's such beautiful energy. It makes me so happy every day to wake up because it is very dark here, because there's not a lot of light pollution, and because it's very quiet at night. I can sleep really well. I sleep very deeply here. Also because there's a lot to do, and so I get stimulated and I come back home and I'm like, I just sleep forever. I wake up with the sound of the roosters, so I don't use an alarm clock, which is amazing. It's not jarring wake up. It's like I normally wake up as the roosters are like cock-a-doodling away, or I hear the forest waking up with the birds chirping and the crickets, cricketing. I'm not a nature person at all, so it's nice that I can be in nature but still have this space, this kind of civilization, a little bit of sorts. So I'm in the best of both worlds, but I can have my own like running water, and I have a shower. I have my stuff, which makes me really comfortable. INFJs need their stuff around them, otherwise we get really, really antsy. Also, I like being in a luxurious area. Like I can bum it around for a while, but I do like my luxuries. I do like a nice towel, like little things like that. I do care about that stuff. And so it's nice that I have this here. I'm also working, as I told you guys, I work on my own business online. It's called The Millionaire Hippie, and themillionairehippie.com. You can go check it out. And so I do a bunch of things on there. But the good thing about this is that there's internet here. So again, I can post videos for you guys, and I can talk about all this stuff, and I can do my work online, and I can do my writing. I'm a writer as well, as you guys know. And so that is amazing. So a typical day for me runs like this. I'll wake up around 5:30, usually 5:36, before the sun rises, and I'll sit in my bed and I'll meditate for a few minutes, usually 20 to 30, depending on how I feel. Sometimes longer if I need it. And then I'll get out of bed and I'll brush my teeth. I'll put like a face mask on, or I'll do some hair mask or whatever, like self-care stuff I need to get out of the way because it's in my schedule and I need to do it, as you guys know. All right, so I'll do that, and then I'll sit down and do my work for a couple hours. So I'll sit down and I'll write, and I'll do other stuff that I need to do. I'll record these videos. It's actually 8 a.m. right now here, and I'm recording these videos for you guys. So I'll do that, and then, I'll get ready, I'll take a shower, and I'll walk around a little bit, I'll do a little bit more work, I'll talk to a few people, and then, the day just passes by so quickly sometimes, and all of a sudden, it's like 5 p.m., I'll have dinner. By the time 7 p.m. rolls around, I've already had a really long day, and I woke up at 5:30, so I'm like kind of fading at that point. And if something's going on, I'll just run away from it, and I'll come back to my little bungalow. I'll sit here and I'll relax. I'll stare off into space, or I'll watch, as I said, Seinfeld or some movie. I watched the Grand Budapest Hotel yesterday. Oh my god, I love that movie. Really, really good. If you haven't watched it, I totally recommend it. And so I'll do that. And by the time 9 p.m. rolls around, I'm absolutely dead, physically and mentally exhausted, and I need to go to sleep at that point, otherwise it's too much for me. Because then I usually always normally get up at 5:30 no matter when I go to sleep. And so, if I go to sleep even later than that, it's not enough sleep for me, and I'll be like grumpy and groggy and really, really annoyed with the world in general. I need my 8 to 9 hours of sleep, yeah. And so that's how I spend my day. Really not that very fascinating, but I love it. It's a perfect time for an INFJ to be alive because as I said to you guys, we can live anywhere because we can work online. And I'm basically kind of living on a deserted island, but I have people around me as well, which is really like a perfect balance for me, right? I'm living on an island. I'm surrounded by greenery, by jungle, by birds, but there are a few people roaming around. So if I feel like, oh my god, I'm too much on my own, I can go and hang out with people and feel a little bit of my extrovertedness. And then I can always run back into my bungalow and hide when I feel like it's too much. Yeah? And that's the reason I recommend to you guys that if you can at all, try to find some kind of online work so you can work on your own in your own space in your cave, because that really helped balance me out. Because being around extrovert people in an office all day long with things banging, telephone ringing, oh my god, it was way too much stimulation for me. I was so tired all the time, I couldn't do it. And so that's why I always recommend to you guys, find something online and work in your cave, so you can always go out if you need to and be in a cafe if you want to be around people, or be at home whenever you feel like, oh my god, I'm just surrounded by people all the time, I just want to be on my own. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I think that's all that you asked me. What is there to see? What's there to do? Really not that much to see. Going in the ocean, watching the jungle, go through its thing, watching nature, watching butterflies when they're flying around, birds when they're beautifully flying around. So much wildlife here. Centipedes in my bathroom all the time, so I watch them. I know it's not very interesting. It's not as interesting as a reality TV show perhaps, but for me it's perfect. Like, this is the exact amount of stimulation that I need, and that's the reason I'm so balanced. I feel balanced enough for me, and that's the reason I feel I can go through and do all these amazing creative things, because I'm living in such a non-stimulated environment. Make sense? That's why I think for me specifically, I couldn't go back and live in a city again, because it would just be too much noise. I mean, the freaking ambulance is running all the time. That's so loud. The cop cars, the sirens all the time. Just traffic in general. There's no traffic here. There are no cars really. There's one car on the island, on this side of the island. And so there's no traffic noises all the time. There's no sirens. There's no ambulances here. There's no hospital here. So there's no random noise all the time, right? It's just very less stimulation. It really helps me. It really helps balance me. It really helps me be happy. And that's the reason I wanted to share it with you guys. Hopefully it'll kind of inspire you guys to find your own utopia, your own place where you can be yourself, where you can be alone and happy and or not that stimulated. I hope that makes sense, yeah? Again, this is just about me specifically, so if you're not interested in that, please just skip this video and go on to another one. If you do find this fascinating, if you have any other questions about my life, I'm totally happy to share as much as possible. And if you guys have any suggestions for future videos, let me know. I'd love to answer your questions. Not that I'm an expert in anything, but just my opinion about the matter. Hopefully it makes sense to you. Again, I hope that you guys have an amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you guys the next time around. Bye for now.